What is up, YouTube? What is up, Raider Nation? Breaking news. The Las Vegas Raiders, Josh McDaniels and Dave Ziegler, have hired Patrick Graham as the new defensive coordinator. This is intense news. Clap it up for him joining the staff. And this guy, Patrick Graham, really talented individual, actually interviewed for the head coaching job of the New York Giants. However, Brian DeBoer was able to get that job, but was the defensive coordinator for them last year and has a very successful resume. And I'm going to get into a little bit of his defense, some little notes and stuff that I've found. But let me know what you guys think right away about this hire, Patrick Graham as the defensive coordinator. We know Gus Bradley has officially been hired by the Colts as their defensive coordinator. So we're going to see this season in 2022, who made the right call. Josh McDaniels choosing to get his guy. We know he interviewed and talked to Gus Bradley, but instead he is going with Patrick Graham, and we'll see which move was the right move. And let me know in the comments, would you prefer to have Gus Bradley as a defensive coordinator, or are you cool and excited about Patrick Graham? I'm excited about Graham personally, even though I really like Gus Bradley's defense. And I think for the most part, he did it pretty good last year doing that cover 3. But let's go through Patrick Graham's history real quick. So he was with the Patriots from 2009 to 2015. He was a coaching assistant, defensive assistant, linebacking coach, and also D-line coach. So moved everywhere around the Patriots organization. And that's exactly why he was picked up by Josh McDaniels and Dave Ziegler. They know him personally, Patriots related. That's going to be somebody considered for the job. I honestly thought Gerard Mayo would have been a candidate since he's associated with the Patriots and he interviewed for the head coaching job, but they went out and got Patrick Graham instead. And this is interesting because it seems like it's all going to be nepotism hires. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that, right? Like if you are comfortable with somebody, you've worked with them before, you're going to be more likely to trust them. You're going to be more likely to invest money in them because you know what you're expecting. You know what you're going to get, right? And a lot of people gave Gruden crap for making nepotism hires, but I really just think that's the name of the game in the NFL. And Patrick Graham, whether you like it or not, this is a nepotism hire. I think he's great, but it's a nepotism hire. For the Giants, 2016 was the D-line coach, spent some time with the Packers as the linebacker coach, and also 2019 was the defensive coordinator of the Dolphins. And then 2020, assistant head coach and defensive coordinator for 2020 and 2021 with the New York Giants. So has a lengthy resume. Somebody who comes from the Bill Belichick scheme, has studied from him for a very long time, and is also very familiar with Josh McDaniels. And when you look at this scheme, it's very interesting because they run somewhat of a 3-3-5 base defense. Now, I know Josh McDaniels was asked at the press conference, are you going to be in the 4-3? You're going to be in the 3-4? What's going to happen? And then Josh McDaniels' response in the presser was, oh, most teams are in the nickel anyways. 60% of the time you're playing in the nickel, so that's pretty much your base defense. It was a way to avoid the question. And I get it. They should be avoiding questions in the media. You don't want to show the rest of the world your hand. I understand that. But, obviously a defense is not always in the nickel. Yes, defenses are in the nickel a majority of the time because tons of offenses typically have 3 wide receivers. However, that's still 40% of the time. Pretty much every time you're in the red zone, you're going to be in your base defense. And we're not going 3-4. We're not going 4-3. Patrick Graham's defense with the Giants and from his time with New England, it's a 3-3-5. You're going to have 3 defensive linemen, 3 linebackers, and then 5 DBs all the time. Now, this defense is interesting. It leaves you a little vulnerable against the run. That is true. However, it is a type of versatile defense where you could really defend against anything. You could defend against, somebody who's doing a heavy set or a spread offense. It's very adjustable, and what makes it adjustable is because of the linebacker safety hybrid that they have in this defense and the slot safety hybrid. So with the Giants defense last year, you had Jabril Peppers, the safety, playing a lot of linebacker, being arguably both positions, linebacker and safety. And then you also had Logan Ryan being a slot corner and a safety at times. And I think that will work really well for the Raiders. Even last year, you saw people like Dallin Levitt play the slot when we needed him. Roderick Teamer. These are safeties in the slot whenever Nate Hobbs wasn't available or ready to go or had to play outside. And look, I think this is something that's going to happen anyways for a lot of teams. Like I said, in the 3-3-5, you could defend different types of defenses. And if you have these safeties playing these linebacker roles, maybe you have a shot to stop against the run. So the only liability I see with this defense right here is how we're going to stop the run. However, if you do have the safeties who can stop the run, someone like Jonathan Abram playing in that linebacker role, then yeah, you can be versatile. You can do this Belichickian blitzer style, which is like you don't know whether these safety / linebackers are going to blitz or go back in coverage. And it can make things confusing for that offensive line on the other side. They don't know who their blocking assignments are. Maybe they think this linebacker is going to blitz. They end up having them being their blocking assignment. Wow, he's dropping back into coverage and things are confusing there. So it'll be very interesting to see what happens. Overall, I like the call. I like the decision. But to me, the overall theme for me is what's going to happen in the future. What are these hires going to look like? Edgar Bennett, wide receiver coach, was retained, even though he was part of the Gruden regime. But as far as the recent hire, the QB coach, and now the defensive coordinator, and this is huge. This guy's going to run the defense, the whole defense. I actually thought there was a shot we might try to go get Ron Miles because he did have some time with McDaniels in Denver. But McDaniels is going to have his hands all over the offense. He's not like Belichick. He's not a defensive coach. He's not going to have his paw prints there in the defense. Patrick Graham's going to have a lot of responsibility. And I think he does deserve this. He does having this type of control that Gus Bradley had. Because, look, this guy was considered a head coach candidate. He even interviewed for the Giants job and was the assistant head coach for the Giants. So you got a leader. You got somebody who's well respected, and somebody who is running that Belichick defense that Josh McDaniels himself is comfortable with. So let me know what you guys think about this hire. I just wanted to let you guys know the breaking news right away. Like this video if you watched it all the way through. Subscribe to this channel if you want more Raiders news and updates and NFL news. This is Wi-Fi Willie. I am on the path to 10,000 subscribers, and I hope we'll get there soon with your support. Peace out, and have a good one. Later.